So what I have here is an NPC from the game Precursor universe called Security. I named it Security BT because I was programming back in Unreal Engine and I used those namings for myself. So let's get straight into the code. I override the setup tree method from the behavior tree base, as you can remember, and I create the behavior, the mind of the NPC, its memory. I haven't talked about this, but you can search about blackboards online. Right now, they're not necessary for what I'm about to explain. So I create the root node and I set it as a selector. What does the selector do? Selector has multiple children inside. As an example, let's check this one, self-preserve selector. Self-preserve selector has two children. One is fight or flight and another is task runaway. Fight or flight is a sequence node, which I will talk about later, but first let me explain the selector. Selector will return success when the first child of the selector node returns success. So if fight or flight returns success, it will exit. The selector will exit. It will not check task runaway. But if it fails with fight or flight, it will immediately go to task runaway and check if it returns success or failure. So let me talk about the sequence node now. The sequence node will run its children in sequences. So it will only run children if every node, if let's say task is high class ship returns success. If it returns success, it will run task move to ship. But if the task is high class ship returns failure, it will not run task move to ship. So you can intuitively understand how to combine selector and sequences together. And at the end, what I do is inside of the root node, which is a selector node, I put all of these nodes together and I add some other nodes. These are singular nodes, which I will talk about later. But so far, this is what you need to understand. And also, creating behavior trees in code like this is messy. So I will show you how to create them visually, how to design them in a visual way without having to code like this. For example, look at this code. It's messy. But look at this one here. It's a single line of code. And I will show you how to do that. So we have arrived at BHT node. This is the bread and butter of behavior tree nodes. This node is the base class of selector, sequence, a decorator node, or any task node like follow the player, attack the enemy, never mind, take cover. This is the root of it all. I will not explain the constructor. You can see it here, but it has a parent, so we can say what node is the parent of this node, and it has children. We have already seen the create function in action in security. It's over here. So basically what it does is takes the list of all the children and attaches them to this node, by doing attach. And all those children, their parent is this node. So we say node.parent this. And the main function, the mainest function ever is the evaluate function. You can name it however you want. You can name it update or whatnot. Node state is the return type of the node that I have been talking about, like failure or success. Let's go to selector node. So selector node is derived from BHT node that we have been talking about. So basically, I will ignore constructors for now. You can see it by yourself. I will talk about the main function, evaluate, or the update function, whatever you want to call it. What it does is it iterates through all the children of this node. So these are the children here that I have been talking about. And it returns success on the first child that returns success or running. Otherwise, it returns failure. And what about the sequence node? It does the opposite. When it does success, when it does success or running, it basically keeps going until the children returns failure. Let me talk about the visual aspect of behavior editing and creating, because it could be complicated to actually program it by the hand instead of using a design software or something. It would be much better to look like this than to look like what I shown you previously as a security NPC, where it has like billions of new tasks, new sequences, new selectors like this. Instead, just this line of code. So what I use is this program called Simple Behavior Tree Editor. I have created for myself so I can easily design the behavior for my NPCs and auto-program it. So basically this one is called Easy AI. This load button is kind of broken sometimes, but what it does is it basically lets you design your AI. So this is how a behavior tree looks like. So these are the children of sequence node of this sequence. So it's task, is target alive, selector, and sequence, as you can see. Basically, I also saved that, and what it does, it auto-generates the code here after I save it. I save it in a file, and the file auto-generates the code. You can get the program online. It will help you a great deal. You don't have to type your own code. You don't have to worry about programming it alone. It will do it all for you. All you need to do is just set it up easily. It's available on itch.io. I have put the link in the description. So thank you for watching this video, and I might release part 3 where I will go deeper into some of the concepts of the behavior tree.